Hi everybody, it's Matthew here from Bead Spider. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some beaded rings. Well, actually, do you know what? I'll let you in on a little secret. It's not just going to be rings. I'm going to show you how to make these nice central pieces, but you can also turn it into like a brooch or a pendant or something. But I'm going to show you it as a ring today, but we'll discuss the different ways that you can use it a bit later on. I see we've got lots of people here already, which is fantastic. I've got my cup of tea in my Matthew mug here. Let's see who we've got already joined us. I saw, it seems Dana, Purple Penny, we're having a bit of a chat beforehand, which I particularly like this comment in the build up to the show. It said, Dana, she said, I'm good. I took the day off, plus I'm getting to see a Bead Spider live, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy too, and I hope all of you are as well. We've also got Sharon and Nancy, Thelma, Linda, Francis, Doris, Sandy is here as well. Lots of comments coming in. Jan as well here. Here we go. Yeah, so hello to everybody and welcome. First things first, in terms of our competition, we did a competition last week about naming our gorgeous, which obviously I never got around to finishing it, our red coloured amulet bag kit, which the finished version looks like this. So I thought I'd make it a bit of a fun interactive experience. I'm not going to be able to do it on YouTube. It's only going to be on Facebook, but I'm going to run a poll. So you guys are going to get to vote which colorway name is your favorite. So here's the finished amulet bag. This is what I did the 2 videos last week. So if you missed that one, head on and have a look at last week's tutorials so you can learn how to make this one. And then, like I said, yeah, we had the competition to name it. So I'll just send that little poll live over on Facebook. Let me just... Where's my mouse? Here it is. Come on now. Here we go. Facebook poll. So you can get ready to vote, everyone. Hopefully it's going to come up. Come on. Is it working? Yes, it should be working. So, which of these 4 colorway names is your favorite? I'm not going to say who came up with what name, but we have Cinnamon Spice, we have Golden Berry, Lava Love Red, and Moroccan Bazaar. So, whichever one of those names you like best, click on the little poll and say, this one's my favorite, this one's my favorite, and so forth, and I will... at the end of the show, announce who wins. So click to vote now, everyone. It's only on Facebook, sorry to say. So if you're watching on YouTube, you won't be able to vote unless you jump over to the Facebook post. But yeah, so like I said, let's get on with a bit of ring making today. I think it's going to be very, very fun. So I've got 2 that I've got planned. Hopefully I should have time to get them both done. But this is something definitely worth mentioning, actually, before I begin. If you want to get on our website, we have a... Wait a minute. We have a free pattern available. Is it going to show? There we go. So we have 12 free patterns available for you. You just have to go and sign up, more or less. So yeah, candy bead sale. We've got a candy bead sale, which I'm going to be using some of those. And we have 12 free patterns for anyone. You can just get the patterns if you want. We don't care. Go on and get them from our website. The link is there in the description. So the one about today's making beaded rings, if you click on that, you should find that candy bead pattern chilling right there for you to find. It might, hopefully it's right at the top, but otherwise head to the homepage of our website. You'll find it there as well. So if I show you very, very quickly on the website, because I know everybody likes to get their free patterns, there's 12 in a bundle. If you want to get that one, head to the homepage, which looks like this, and then if you click on View Related Products, just underneath the photograph takes you to today's video. But otherwise, here you go, 12 free patterns download, and that's all using these gorgeous Preciosa candy beads. So these ones here, there's some over here. If you keep scrolling down, there's some floral 8mm ones. I'm going to show you how to use these 12mm labradorite ones today. There's lots. There's a whole big mix and more products. Jermaine is adding more products to this product page while we stream. So if you want to get your patterns, it's right there. You can just go and get it. And then, yeah, that should be lots and lots of fun. So I hope, here we go. Let's just pop that back. There we are. So yeah, hopefully you'll all have a bit of fun with some free patterns. But I'm going to show you one of the tutorials from that free pattern pack, which is the really gorgeous little beaded ring. So I'll just show you the photo at the bottom of the instruction. See, there they are, just there. There's these little gorgeous little rings. That's what the instruction looks like. And that's essentially what I'm going to be making. So let's just take a quick little look at our bead mat. Ooh, is it gonna go over? Not yet. There we go. So yeah, this is the colorway again. Don't forget, everyone, to be voting on that poll as per which colorway should win the free kit, which I will announce that at the end. I am also hoping that we'll have photos to show everybody. So this looks strangely very yellow. I don't know why, but it looks very, very yellow. But this is a gorgeous little labradorite bead. It's very, very blue, actually. So let's have a look and see. Maybe I didn't quite do my white balance properly. Doesn't matter. Not the end of the world. Maybe if I turn up the brightness a little, that will help. So yeah, I'm going to be making my little ring, and the three things that we need, we just need some seed beads, which I'm using size 10 Preciosa seed beads here. I've got one 12mm candy bead, which if you have a little look, they've got one hole and another. And then if you turn it over, one hole and another. So 2-hole little bead just there that I'm going to be using. The labradorite color I've got, which looks really, really lovely. Wait, let's see what the color looks like. Let's put it on my face for a second, shall we? There we go. You can see the color. Come on now. Focus. Come on, camera. You can do it. I've got faith in you. No, apparently not. Oh well, doesn't want to get in focus, but it's a really lovely bluey sort of grey colour. It looks like a piece of labradorite, which I like. I really like labradorite. Yeah, lots and lots of people commenting, which is fabulous. Everybody's chatting away with each other. Belinda's from Michigan. She says hello. We've got Donna from Virginia. She says hello from Virginia. Yeah, lots and lots of people here. So let me just show you very quickly what the finished piece looks like. So this is the finished little ring just here. So I've made this one with the gold 12mm candy, which are these ones just here, which 12003 is the code for this goldy one. But like I said, I'm going to make one. We have a lot of different colors and sizes, but this is what the finished sort of ring looks like, just there. But yeah, I'll show you how we make that one, shall we? So I guess let's begin. Like I said, the nice thing about this particular design is that it can be easily changed into a brooch. After I've shown you how to do that one, I've got this cute little ring just here, which I'll show you how to make as well. So there's quite a few different little things that'll be in today's tutorial. So make sure you stick around. Of course, as always, like, share, subscribe if you're over on YouTube. Make sure you follow us if you're on Facebook as well. Let's see, we're getting lots of votes. So don't forget, everyone, keep voting over on Facebook. I can show the results potentially in the video, but I'm not going to close them yet. I'm going to keep letting you guys vote. So keep voting. Golden Berry is winning currently over on Facebook. So, yes, let's begin, shall we? A bit of fun. I need to just hide everything so I can see what I'm doing again. There we go. So, yes, I've got my little beads just here. I've got some Preciosa Twins, my candy bead, and some seed beads. So, first thing we need to do, with a little bit of Spiderlon thread, because I love using my Spiderlon. Nancy says she's got her coffee ready. I've got my cup of tea. Who's got their tea and coffee ready as well? So, we don't need our candy bead just yet. First thing we need are our twin beads. So these ones just here, they are really, really lovely little beads to play with. They're very much like super duos, but they're made by Preciosa, so you get slightly more bang for your buck I think personally. But anyway, what we do first, we need 24 onto our thread. So I have about a meter of thread. You can use a little bit more if you like. Whatever's comfortable for you, but I'd recommend having at least a meter of it ready to go. But yeah, so essentially we just thread on 1, 2, until we have 24. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slide them down towards the end. 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Slide them down too. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and finally 24. So I'm going to bring it relatively close to the end, but actually you'll see I'm not quite going to get rid of all of them just yet. So there you go. You see I've got my 24 little beads. You can thread through to make it into a little circle. So I might just do that just with one little bead just here. So I'll just go through that one last end one because that will bring everything nicely into a circle. Welcome to Sue. She's just popped in. She says, good afternoon, everyone. Better late than never. Don't forget to vote, Sue, if you want to choose your favorite suggestion for the colorway name of the kit. Whichever one of those is the winner, that particular person will be our winner of our competition. So we're going to go now through that last little bead just so that you can either tie these two ends together if you want or just thread through. So do you know what? I'll tie them. I'll tie them just because it's kind of easy to show you and then you get a better tension and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, usually I would just thread through and pull it, but let's zoom in a teeny weeny touch. And, do you know what? I've just realized maybe this is what's wrong with the camera. No, all is fine. So yeah, let's just thread through that last little bead here. You can do that, or you just tie them together with like a surgeon's knot. So left over right, once and twice. So whichever one of these two methods is easier for you, essentially you're just pulling it into a circle. So pull, 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 get it nice and tight, and there you go. That's going to give you a fairly good little circle just there like that. And then we'll do it again where we go left over right once, and then, oops, make sure it actually goes through there, and then twice to get a second of our little double knots there. So nice and tight, so it's nice and firm. Pull, 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 and now we have it twice. So there we go. Essentially, this is really, really simple and easy. That's the first little step that we're going to do. It does look a little bit messy to start with, but that's not a problem. So the reason I've kind of done it this way is, and why you want to leave yourself a nice, decent length of tail, is that if you fancy, you can just take a second needle here, pick up another needle, put it onto your tail thread, and you can do the work with that little tail thread instead of having to, instead of having to try and take your needles off and then put it on again and stuff, because we're going to have to weave our tail thread off eventually anyway. So let's just thread my spiral on. Oh, there's a bit of mess in the eye of my needle here. Come on, through you go. There we go. Tiny bit of dirt in the eye of the needle is never a good thing. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, see how they're sort of joined at the centers here. I'm going to just weave one in one direction and the other in the other, so that I'm going to come out of the top hole. So I'll go through this little bottom hole here, and now I'm going to what's called step up, as it were, into our upper row. So when we do that just now, you'll see that our thread is now on the outside row, and it just leaves a teensy-weensy little thread just showing just there, but no problem. Doesn't matter. You would be hard-pressed to see it. So now that we've got it just like this is when we start using our seed beads. Don't forget, if you want to get the pattern for this, you can get it very easily. It's free at the minute, so go on and get it for free. So if I just bring in a few little seed beads, just here I'm using a nice contrasty silver. So I'll go 1. I'm coming out of here, I'm going to skip the first twin because I want them to sort of sit in opposite ways, you'll see in a minute. And I'm going to go into that second little twin bead. So here we go, we're coming out of here, we're going to skip this twin and through the outer hole of the second one. And I've just realized there's a bit of gunk in the hole of my bead. Of course there is. There we go, just get it out with the needle. So there we go, we can just pull that through. And now we pick up another seed bead and we skip the next twin bead. We skip him and go through the second twin bead. Pull that through there. And then the next one. Skip the first little twin bead after and into the next. Here we go. Pull that tight too. And we're just going to continue all the way around the circle. You skip a twin and into the next. And then skip a twin and into the next. Then skip a twin and into... If they get a bit folded down, you can always just pick them up. As long as you make sure you're skipping one each time, which it's important that you check it because you don't want to have missed any. So look, see now it's sort of starting to come together quite nicely along the edge. So now we'll pick up another, we'll skip the next twin and into the second, all the way around the entirety of this little ring that we're creating. Here we go, what are people talking about? I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, so now we'll skip one and into the next. And another, and skip. Don't forget to be voting on the poll, everyone. Here we go, this one's just flipped over, so we're gonna make sure we don't go through the first one. We're gonna skip that first one and into the next, and then we're almost back where we need to be. So pick up one more, give myself a teeny weeny bit extra thread through there. And pull that tight. And now just the last one. And that's going to complete our little circle. So let's get that. And then we'll go through a few more beads and we can just pull everything nice and firm and tight now to give ourselves a really clean, neat looking finish. So there we go. We've got a first little loop there, the ring, the first ring. I'll just get this thread out of the way. And now, oops, candy bead wanted to come with me. My thread got caught on a bag of purple candy beads. I really like this color. This is a nice color. I'll show you some more colors in a minute. So where am I? Oh no, I'm all lost. Got my threads all tangled. Let's go. Where are you? Oh, and I've lost the needle as well. Ah, what a disaster. Catastrophes all round. So anyway, let's just get this little thread back inside here, get it out of the way for now. I'm going to have to rethread it. After all that, trying to save myself from having to rethread a needle, I'm going to have to do it anyway. So yeah, we pull that nice and tight, and we can just go through, continue around the little circle, getting it super duper tight, so it looks really nice. Of course, you know, it's not necessary to go round again, but I find that a nice firm tension is always good, and then we're just going to tie this little thread off in the edge there. So just a little blanket stitch between a couple of our beads. There we go. Pull that through, and there we are. Don't forget to go and get your free patterns, everyone. The link's in the description. 12 patterns, completely free, and our candy beads are for sale, which candy beads I think are fantastic, just because they're a little bit like cabochon type beads, but they've got holes, so they're a bit easier to work with, a bit easier to use. You can do all sorts of nice, fun things with them. So I'll just do myself a little blanket stitch here. So go through there and through the loop once more. I probably should have left myself a little bit extra thread, but hey, I'll survive. There we go, pull that, and then I'll just go through a couple more beads. And then I would recommend doing some extra knots, but I'm not going to because I want it to be quick and easy for you guys to see what's going on. So you can see I've got a nice firm little ring up the top just there. I'll pull that off and just cut that little thread because we're not going to need him anymore. He can be done and dusted. We're finished with him, and we're going to sort of start making the base section of our little ring. What's everybody been chatting about? I see there's lots going on. I tell you, I'm so engrossed in my little world of beads that I haven't been noticing. There's a lot. Here we go. Oh, I should mention, seeing as Doris is here saying I wasn't sure if you were going to entertain us, if you missed Wednesday's tutorial, we released a video about using daisy chain stitch. So there's quite a few different ways to use daisy chain stitch in a little video that we've done. We just released it straight onto YouTube. So if you head to the Bead Spider website, which the logo is down there at the bottom, just below that, www.beadspider.co.uk to get to our website, and you'll see it right there on the home page. And if not, you can go to the video tutorial library, which is in the menu, and you can find the little videos of whatever we've been doing, including the one for the, I think it's there. I just realized maybe I haven't put it there so you can view it, but anyway, it is. You can see it from the home screen right now, but I'll make sure that it's there and visible in a couple of days, if it's not there now. So yes, now that we're here, I'm going to come so that I'm sticking out of one of these little ones here. So you see I'm coming out just here. I'll just head through this next little bead. Maybe I'll go through two of them even, just to sort of get myself away from where I was. Through those two little beads here. Pull all the way through. And do you know, if you want to, it's also a good opportunity, maybe I'll do that now, to go through all of these beads once more to get them extra firm. Because like a lot of things, the better you make the tension, the firmer it will be, the better it will sit, the nicer it will sort of sit once you wear it as a ring. So either way, that'll do. So just so you get the gist, just keep sort of going all the way through it until you get to the very, very end. Here we go. So there we go. So what I'll do now is just go step up into the outer bead here in this little outer edge. Through there. And now inside each one of these little gaps, I'm going to put 2 beads. If you don't want it to be as big, you can just fill the gap with seed beads, probably 3 seed beads to fill that gap if you want it to be a little bit smaller. So see how I've got this extra ring on the outside here? If you want it to be that little bit smaller, say only to this sort of size, you can fill the gap with seed beads. So if you wanted to, maybe you just got to measure how many fits fairly nicely. So probably, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3 could fit. Yeah, that looks like a decent fit. 3 little seed beads would probably fit nicely in there if you want to. But otherwise, as per my original plan, you just pick up 2 little twin beads and fill that little gap. So technically it's like a little mini herringbone stitch, really, if you think about it. So I'll go through there and through the next, and I'm going to just fill each of the gaps with 2 little beads every single space. So keep going through there, make sure they sit nicely side by side. 1 and 2, and through here too. This is a lovely color. What do you think of this this sort of hematite-y color, by the way? Natalie says, what? I assume, no, she says, what? It says beans, but I assume she meant beads, and her phone has probably auto-corrected her. Which beads are you using? So I'm using Preciosa size 10, because I quite like using Preciosa. And I've also got Preciosa twin beads. And then in the center, I'm going to be using a 12mm candy bead. So essentially, it's a little coin like this, where it's sort of curved on the top and flat on the bottom, but it's got 2 holes. See that? So those are the 3 different beads that I'm going to be using for this project. I do have a second project that I'll get to a bit later on. I'll also just stick up my little, not that one, my little ticker thing just here with the sign up thing. So we actually have a little newsletter that we do. It goes out live. I'll just tell you that while I fill each of these gaps. We send out emails, you know, just before we do live videos, when we do sales, when we've got free patterns. So like, for example, today's 12 free patterns that we're giving away. It's in the email. There's a link that takes you straight to where you can go and get it. So that it's as easy as possible. We try and make everything as easy as possible for you guys to find out what we're doing and when. And the way we do that is with our email newsletter. So if you want to sign up to that one, there's a link in the description. And when you sign up, we also give you a £5 voucher for trying out some of our beading patterns. So I know we've got 12 of them for free today. Get some more free ones with our £5 voucher. So a really, really good little bargain. If you want to get that, it's just all you have to do is sign up to our newsletter. So I'm almost at the end. I'll just do 1 and 2 more little beads like so here. And that will just sort of nicely fill our gap just here. And like I said, what we want to do is potentially, see that? How nice does that look? I can go through all of these beads once more, and that will firm everything up. So I'll do it just once more. I'll go through a few of them just so that you get the gist, so that you want it to be nice and tight, because the tighter you've got it, the stiffer it will be, the firmer it will stay, and the better it will look. Which is, you know, when you're doing bead work, it's always a good thing that if you're going to spend, oops, my thread just came off my needle. If you're going to spend the time making it, you may as well use some lovely beads, do it really nicely. It's better to take your time with it. There's no point rushing through, just because at the end, if you haven't done a really nice job of it, you might want to end up taking it apart and doing it again. But it's a nice bit of fun to sort of play around, and this one is a really simple little design to sort of come to get to grips with, just because it's only pretty much these few little steps to make the entire thing. So what do we think of this colorway, by the way, everyone? I'll check on the votes on our Facebook poll. So I apologize to the people who are watching on YouTube who can't vote. But for some reason, YouTube just doesn't want to let us have polls during our live streams. I might look into it in future, but for today, the poll is only on Facebook. So yeah, if we just continue around through all the way until it's like relatively firm, you'll see it sits really, really nicely. But I'm going to just continue now. That will do me for now. And I'm going to weave into the work so that it's sort of in position, ready to add our little candy bead to the center. So, where are we? I'm just trying to have a look at the comments people are putting in. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, Doris teasing me about making mistakes. I always make one mistake somewhere. There's always going to be a mistake. You'll know it's a Matthew tutorial, but hey, maybe I do them on purpose, because if there's a mistake, I can show you how to fix them, right? Yeah, it must be. That must be it. Of course, the mistakes are on purpose every time. Definitely not a mistake, an accident. But yes, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just weaving myself back into this sort of central row here. So where we sort of started from, that's where we want to go back to. Here we go. Ooh, Daphne sounds like she's been having a nice morning. She says she's just got off a Zoom class. She made crock pot with Tuscan garlic chicken with spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, some roasted garlic butter, and Parmesan potatoes. That sounds so tasty. You're making me hungry there, Daphne. I'm, well, do you know what, actually? That's not true. Jermaine made an absolutely delicious lunch for us today. A bit of a special, because we've got the builders here still. She made us a really yummy lunch for everybody. So I suppose even though your crock pot sounds delicious, my lunch was delicious too. So now that I'm coming out of one of these sort of little threads here, I want to be coming out of one of, whoops, I'll pop it there, one of these beads here. So not our row where we've joined them all with 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. We want to do it from that sort of that central row, the one not with the seed beads, not the one where there's 2s, but where there's just a single. Now what I'm going to do, it's very important at this point that you put your candy in the correct way. So this is going to be the back of our ring, this is going to be the top. So we want the curved, fantastic looking side of our candy bead to be down. So just like this sort of thing here. So while it's sort of sitting in position, I can thread through it so that I know that I'll be going through it the right way. And then I'll show you how we know which way we're going to which bead we're going to go into. So we're coming out of, where are we coming out of? Let's see, here we go. So I'm coming out of this bead just here, and we're going to go skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and then you'll sort of see this 4th one is where the hole wants to come to. So see this little bead here? This is where our hole wants to come to. So I'll just go through that little bead. It doesn't matter which direction. So I'll just go through the hole of that little twin there. It doesn't matter that I'm going to come through so that I'm on the outside. You'll see, oh, better make sure I keep my little candy bead on the inside of my thing there. But there you go. It sort of sits fairly nicely in position. It's a little bit loose just now, but don't worry, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. I might turn up my brightness a fraction. It's getting a bit darker outside, so maybe the light is kind of starting to go. Here we go. Here we go. So now what we're going to do, because I'm gone through this little bead, I'll just bring myself, because see how my thread's coming out this side here? I'll bring myself back into the middle. You don't thread through any beads or anything. It's just to make sure my thread stays in the center. And now you can either tie a knot at this point if you want to make it extra secure, but I probably won't bother right now. So I'm going to just go back into the hole that we've already been through towards that little twin bead that we were already coming out of. And so this essentially, if I zoom right in, you'll hopefully see it. See just here, we've got a thread that goes from the candy bead into that twin, then it goes across through the twin and back into our candy bead. See, like that there? And now all the way back out. So we're going to do exactly the same to anchor it to this bead here. So since we already are coming through this bead, see this little twin here? We're already coming through this twin from this direction, so we want to go through that same twin through the opposite side of our little twin bead just there. So see that? So that's going to give us that same little sort of connection to our twin bead. So if we look very carefully, once I've pulled it nice and firm, you can see just in there, oh no, there. So it's around both of them, and now here as well, both of them. Also, I've just realized I've caught myself a thread, but you know what the good news is? It's on the inside of my ring, so it doesn't even matter. You will never see it. So there we go. So that's going to bring me into that first half being done. Now I'll just weave across. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit too zoomed in. Things are a little too critical. There we go. So now what I'll do, I'm going to weave across. So in this direction, I'm going to go from this one, and then I want to go to this one here because that's nice and close to this hole here. So if I need to, I can always just see how there's a nice big hole just here that just goes through to the outside. I don't go through any beads or anything. I'll just pull my thread through there because then it's a lot easier to access the next bead's holes because there's no candy bead in the way. You just got to make sure I'm going in the right direction. Yes. So through this little edge of beads. So through the next one, because this was the one that I'm connected to. So I'll go through there and the next. Pull it nice and tight. And then again, we'll go through this one and into this little fella here. So essentially we've skipped one in this middle row and we go to the next. And now if you have a little look, I can just take my thread back to the inside without going through any beads. And now it's perfectly in position to go into this little hole. So through that little hole, across. And if we have a little look at where the other one is anchored to, it's anchored to this bead here. We're going to skip this one and we're going to go to this little bead here. So it doesn't matter which direction you go through it. You can go from the left to the right or the right to the left, whichever you prefer. But as long as you're going through the bottom hole of that little twin, which, see, there you go. I'm sort of going out towards the outside of our work again, but that doesn't matter. And then as I pull that nice and tight, make sure my thread doesn't get caught anywhere. And that's going to just lock it onto the base of our work here now. So now I'll just bring myself back to the back side because I went to the outside there. And now I'll go back through this bead again towards the other direction. Make sure it's nice and tight. Just like that. And now, so see, if we have a quick little look just here, this thread is going from here into this direction. So let's go into it in the opposite way, which if I pick it up, you'll hopefully be able to see it a little better. So it's this little bead here, through that little bottom hole. And of course, I'll pull it nice and tight so that it's all nice and firm. And where's that hole gone? There it is. So just through that same little bead. In fact, you know what? I'll take my thread just... It's a little fiddly getting that last one if you've got your tension nice and firm like I've been doing. So just inside there. And I'm inside the hole. It's just a matter of finding that I don't go out through any more. So there we go. See, that's the little bead I'm going through. Pull that thread. And now when I've pulled this one tight, it gives me the opportunity to really lock it in place like this. Which, of course, now that we've got that, we can... I'll just bring this back around. We can sort of go through and firm this little outer row out. So if you want to, I recommend you just weave through. See, how does that look? That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? So again, you can see this sort of upper one is maybe... Oh no, my tail thread's come a bit loose, has it? Doesn't matter. Either way, you can weave into this and tighten this. You can tighten this. You just tighten the whole thing up, make it super firm. And this will... here, Shelley says, where can I see the poll? Let me just see if I can pop it up on the screen again. Hopefully you can see it now. Golden Berry is winning. Lava Love Red is a very, very close second. We're not far from it. But hey, what do you think of this little finished little fella here? He's looking pretty nice, I think. I'm a big fan, at least. Let's see, what do people think of this gorgeous little piece just here? Do you like that one? What do you think so far? What's Jermaine talking about? Yeah, Jermaine says monofilament would make it nice and firm. That is a good thought as well. It's a nice sort of thicker material. If you want it to be stiffer, that is a very, very good idea. But I can... Oh, right. So Shelley says, I want to see the color. So it is this one. You need to just pick the name for this colorway. This is the competition color that we did from last week. All you need to do is tell us what we should name this colorway. So if I hold it up, maybe it'll look a little redder in my face, if I can do that, if it'll behave. Here we go. So this is that red one just here. You need to pick the name for this colorway, and then whoever's name wins is gonna be the competition winner. So yeah, that's what we're choosing, more or less. Let's just pop that one. Here we go. Yeah, Monica says nice color. Betty also says that's really nice. Rosemary thinks it's beautiful as well. Natalie says it would make a lovely pendant too. Yes, you're right. So let's see. Let me show you. So like I said, there's a couple of different ways that we can turn this from being just our little ring piece, like so, which will sort of sit on your finger like that, which that labradorite color is literally so spectacular. I think it looks fantastic. There's a couple of different ways that we can do it. So I'll show you first and foremost, not as a ring, but as a brooch. So it's a really, really simple, easy way to do it. All you'd have to do is flip it over and you can glue a piece to it. So for example, if you have this one, which this is one of the findings on our website, I believe it should be on there. Hopefully it's in the product category now. But yeah, it's a brooch and pendant piece. So you can glue it on here like this, and if you sort of do it in the right position, you won't see the brooch. And so if you want to wear it as a pendant, you'll be able to wear it as a little pendant. And if you want to wear it as a brooch, you can do that too. So it's entirely up to you whether it's going to be a brooch today or a pendant today. That's a nice fun little thing to do with this little finding, which I'm pretty sure it should be in the product category for you if you click, view today's related products and whatnot. That's that one. Another one that we have is this little round brooch piece, which you can sew to if you would rather. So if you'd rather to, instead of using glue, you can sort of stitch back and forth through this to secure it to there, and that will make it sit really nicely. But also, because it's that little bit bigger, it will help you to keep this in its shape. So see how we've got that fan of beads there? You can sort of glue the beads to this bigger piece, and it looks really fantastic. Now wait until you see this one though. This one's the showstopper. So this is, well, actually I'll come to that one. So again, we've got another one that you can glue to in ring form, which is an adjustable size ring. So you just glue that on there, and then ta-da, you've got a ring. Or there's a bigger one again that you can sew to, and because it's that little bit bigger, it will sort of cup your ring nicely onto the base, and will make it firmer so that it doesn't sort of come down or anything. It permanently stays nice and stiff and solid and looking fantastic. So again, that's another little option. Or, as I suggested, our piece de resistance is this little fella just here, which is actually a bangle. And all you'd have to do is, again, you can either glue it or stitch it, whatever you prefer, but then it will just sit ever so nicely just on the top here. Oops. Obviously without glue, it's not wanting to stay in position, but there's sort of the gist of your finished design. And then it just opens, and you put your wrist in, and it makes for a really nice sort of bangle piece if you wanted to. See, look at that. Which obviously you want it to be a little bit firmer than I've got, but I haven't finished it off yet. But there you go. See, the little bangle piece is fantastic for that sort of thing. You just make these beautiful little units, and then you can do whatever you want with them. So yeah, this is the labradorite one. Here's one I made earlier of the gold, which I've got a little strap on it. See, there's the white with gold if you wanted to pop it on that little brooch piece. But yeah, you can see this one, I've made it a little bit firmer, hence why it sits really, really nicely. It's a much sort of more solid look about it, is because that firmness, that tension, I've really gone through and made it super firm. Now I'll show you as well how you can turn it into a ring. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. I have done it with a herringbone stitch, which, first things first, I'm going to have a sip of my by sure by now cold tea. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is just thread around. Do you know what, actually? I'm going to go through my hole once more, just to get it extra firm. and I'll show you how you can add on your little strap, which I've also just brought myself a little thread accidentally. So let's pull through here. And now what I'm going to do, if you want, you can go straight from here. Actually, I think I will. I'll go straight from here. This is sort of, just make sure it's nice and firm. You can tie a knot if you want to. Keep this centrally in the base. And now I'll show you how you can go about doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how you can make a herringbone strip. There's a lot of different ways that you can do your straps, but this one's going to be herringbone. So let's just zoom in a teeny weeny touch. Obviously, you want it to be a little bit firmer. I haven't gone through and made it super firm yet, but you might want to. And so I'm going to pick up 4 beads and just jump straight from one hole to the other. Pick up those 4 beads. And then they will sit nicely, apparently, if they want to behave for me. It's all twisted. There we go. They'll sit nicely along that rim just there. So see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 and jump across to the other side, like so. This is me sort of branching out from the original pattern. The original pattern, the one that you get part of the free pattern pack, the 12 free patterns, just says, hey, now get a little thing like this and just glue it on the base, which, hey, that's well and good and looks lovely. But, you know, for those of you who like to bead the whole thing rather than have your little... I mean, these things are good. They do have adjustable sizes, so they'll fit... One size fits many, if you will. There you go. Now it'll fit my fatter finger. Or you can do it smaller, whatever. But anyway, if you preferred to make it with beaded things, so if you were, I guess if you were making to sell, this would be a great little finding, or maybe this one, just because they've got those adjustable base pieces. But if it's just for you and you know exactly what size you want it to be, you can do this sort of little beaded piece that I'm about to do. So I've gone back and forth. I'm going to go through these beads once more, just to make this extra secure. And then through that 4th one, and I'm going to jump across. And now I'm going to... Oops, my thread got a bit caught there. Let's just undo that. Come on now. There we go. Through here. And now I'm going to go through 2 of these seed beads. Oh, this is why I can't see my comments. They're on the wrong side. Silly me. 1 second. There we go. Here we go. Now I can see all my comments much, much better. I'm glad you're all having a lovely chat, by the way. Always nice to see. I'm going to keep track of the poll in a minute. But yeah, so now that we've gone through 4 of these, now that we're through here, we're going to go through just 2 of them so that we're in the center. And essentially, we're going to start doing like a little herringbone strip. So coming out just here, I'm going to pick up 2 little beads and go down the next seed bead along, like so. And now I'm going to just sit them one on top of the other, kind of. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit messy to start with, we'll fix that soon. And now if you have a look, I'm coming out of this bead here. I'm going to just loop straight around and go back up this second bead here. So from here, around and up into this one again. So that's kind of going to bring these 2 beads together, and it's going to give the base of our little strap, herringbone strap. So see that? There we go. Now they're sitting quite nicely, and I need to bring myself back into position, so I'll just go through that 1 little bead here. There we go. And there we are. Now I'll pick up 2 more beads. 1, 2. And now, depending on if you're lazy and you want it to be quick, like me, just go down 1 bead. But if you want to do it more securely, more properly, so that it's really firm tension, go down 2 beads. So I'll go down 2 this time, and then just to show you it really quickly, I'm going to go just down 1. And now we're going to go back all the way back up through the first bead that we added in this little step. So make sure your thread doesn't get caught there. Come on now, there we go. Pull that tight, and then through that last little bead. And now we'll do it again. So like I said, if you want to do the tension, you pick up your 2 beads. If you want firm tension, go down 2 beads. If you want it to just be quick because you're a little lazy like I am, just go down 1 bead. And then back up. But you can't get, it's difficult to get as firm a tension if you're doing just one bead at a time, one bead, because you're sort of going through something that's a little looser. So it's quicker, but only marginally, but it's not as firm. And then I'll just do a couple more iterations, and you start to see your strap takes shape quite quickly. Just sort of position your little beads, and then up through the two again. And you just keep adding them to little beads. Once the strap gets longer as well, the longer your strap becomes, the easier it becomes as well. Just hold that, go down just the one, sort of sit them neatly, and back up two. Which this is called herringbone stitch if you don't know it. There we go, through there, back up two. This is just one of the ways that you can do it. There's quite a few others. It looks like I'm doing quite nicely for time, so I am going to show you the second ring as well, because that one's another quite quick one. But anyway, so there's your startings of your strap. You just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it until it's nice and long, and essentially what you want it to do is just go around the entirety of your finger. So this one's almost there. You want to make sure though that you do it at the point of the thickest part of your finger so that it goes over the knuckle. Otherwise you'll find that you won't be able to get your ring on. So if I just show you sideways, here's where it's thickest. So just there. I've probably got to do about maybe 3 or 4 more rows just to patch that up, which I considered it, but I want to show you how to do that other ring. I was going to finish it, but instead I'm going to show you how to do the other ring. So yeah, then once you've got that done, you'll have a really nice sort of feature ring that you can wear. Really nice beaded little thing. Try and show you it on my hand here. But yeah, it sits really nicely once you've got that firm tension all the way around. So there you go. There's your finished little ring number 1. Pattern 1 of 2. What do you think? Which of the 2 colors do you like better, by the way? The dark one or the light one? I really like the gold candy bead, which it's these ones just here. Plus, the nice thing as well that you can do if you wanted to. I know someone said earlier that, oh, that would make a lovely pendant. You can do this exact same thing, but you just attach the strap to itself at the top, like so. See that? And then, hey, presto, you've got a nice little pendanty holdy bit, a loop there that you can thread a necklace through, and then there you go. There's a nice little pendant. Jermaine's fun idea was that I should do it as like a little earring. You could sort of glue it to a stud, or you could dangle it, whatever you prefer. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do the strap, but you could just glue the little piece there to your earring. How does that? Does it make my eyes pop? But yeah, see, there's another suggestion for it. But yeah, you could even, with this little strap piece here, join them to each other and make like a little flower bracelet, which, let's put it down here, shall we? So there we go. So you could do one there, maybe another one with a join to here, and then do like 3 or 4 of them. Betty says, I think the white shows the design better. I think you might be right. But yeah, it's a lovely little piece there. Let's see. That's very beautiful with a herringbone loop, says Sandy. And Betty, this is my favourite comment so far. It suits you, Matthew. Why, thank you. Thank you. I feel beautiful. Yeah. So thank you, Betty. I'm glad you think it suits me. Yeah, so let's move on now. I'm going to show you how to do the other ring. Don't forget, this is one of the patterns that you get part of our little pattern thing, which, if I can get it to show, hopefully, come on now. Here we go, yes. So I'll pop that up just there. You can get all 12 patterns. So there's bracelets, there's earrings, I think there's ring, there's the necklace. So there's quite a few different things that you get. All of them using candy beads. So I used the labradorite one just before. There's also a really lovely purple. These are 12mm ones that I'm showing you just here. You need to hold them in a way that they're not reflecting the light. But there's also other sizes too. So for example, these are gorgeous. These are 8mm, which if you wanted to do this same design, you could do it smaller and use an 8mm for an earring, for example. You just have to work out how many little beads to do. But they're teeny weeny little roses, which look so cute. They're so nice. See, there they are. Each one's got like a little rose. This is the purple colour. But they come in quite a few. There's stenciled ones as well. Oh, I can't wait to show you a stenciled one. The stenciled ones are possibly my favourite. They've got like a dichroic stenciling on them, which is developed by NASA. Dichroism, actually. But this is... Here we go. I'll show you it in a 12mm. So there's a nice 12mm one. Here we go. So that one is a really lovely dichroic 12mm stencil. See how it's got that really cool pattern on it? You can see my ring light. Try and move the camera slightly. Or I'll turn it down maybe. Hopefully that'll fix it. See that? You can see the stencil pattern on there. Doesn't that look nice? No, not if it's out of focus. There you go. Look at that. You can really see the stencil pattern. That's one of them. I really like those. Here's a different kind of stencil pattern. Wait, no, I'll show you this one. Which this one's blue. And then we have, these are 8mm size that I'm about to show you. Which, this little stencil fella, they almost look like little shells. They're super cute. I like him. Let's turn the brightness back up now. So there you go. There's another little stencil. I believe they're stenciled by hand as well. What a nightmare that would be. There we go. But they look really, really beautiful. Here's the smaller version, the 8mm version of that same stenciled one I showed you just a second ago. So there's the 12, here's the 8. So you could make a pendant like out of this one and a little earrings or ring or something out of this one if you wanted to. And then, of course, we have lots of colours in this 6mm as well. So here's just a selection. But we've got some really lovely sort of satiny ones. Bronzy colour. This green is gorgeous. The red. Again, they've all got the 2 holes, so they're really fun. I should take them out of the bags, but then I'm going to put them back in, so maybe I won't. But yeah, lots and lots of different colours to play with. We got really vibrant ones that are nice fun to play with, so that they are the feature, because you want the colour to be nice and vibrant and bright when that's the feature. So go and get your 12 patterns for free right now, and I'm going to prepare to show you how to make this cute little ring here. So it uses, I've got myself some 4mm check glass beads. These ones just here. I really like this colour. I just sort of chose one at random off of my bead wall behind me, which, there you go, see? 4mm check glass right there. So I picked what I like, which is this. And I'm going to also use a slightly purpley but kind of matching 2mm bicone as my top, because I like the bling from it. And then I've got some gold seed beads for the base part, because I think that'll go nicely as well. Or maybe I've got an antique gold. Which one do we reckon goes better? Oh, I'll go the brighter one. I like brighter things. It's always more fun that way. So let's just get rid of this little ticker now. Yeah. Jermaine says, it's my wall. You're right. I'm lying. But, you know, same diff. What's mine is also mine. Yeah, so let's get these little beads out of the way. How are we finding today's tutorial? Are we having fun? Who's used candy beads before? Who's never even seen candy beads before? Let me know. Comment in if you've never even seen a candy bead before. By the way, who's new? Who's joined us for the very first time today? I saw we had quite a few people watching just earlier. Lots and lots of... So there must be new ones. I think there was, you know, close to 100 people a bit earlier. Just on Facebook. Or maybe it was on YouTube. Can't remember. So yeah, who's new? Who's never seen us? Who's joined us just for the very, very first time? I want to know all of those sorts of things. Just while I get myself some beads. So I'm going to make myself this little piece just here. So again, these are one of my instructions now with my diagrams in. Monica says, oh, I've never seen candy beads before, and neither has Betty. So anyway, what we're going to do some right angle weave. This instruction does actually do it with 2 needles, but I showed 2 needle right angle weave just the other day, just a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to do it with 1 needle, I think. I'm going to, just sort of show you how you can sort of, if you've got a pattern that's in 2 needle, how to do it in 1, or if you've got a pattern that's in 1 needle, how to do it with 2. So I'll just sort of show you them both. Here we go. So I'll do it with 1 needle today, just because it's a bit quicker for me. Well, it's just a bit easier, because I don't want to have to go and find another needle and blah, blah, blah. Faffity McFaff. So plenty of little 2mm bicones. I think they'll do nicely. Let's just oomph that brightness a touch. That should be enough. I'll get a few more just to be sure. What else do I need here? Just tie my little thread so that my beads don't go rolling around everywhere. Get my 4mm check glass, which I'll just cut this string to. Oh no, cutting the string. Torment. Which, this is a lovely 4mm check glass. I should look up what the product code is. Hopefully Jermaine's watching and she can put this one in the thing for you guys. Product category. So, this is a very, very quick and simple little ring that we're going to make here. Basically, it's with right angle weave. So I'll use, well, I mean, a skin color thread would be good, but I've only got blue and I've only got white here, it seems. So maybe I'll go with my white thread this time. Oh, by the way, if you haven't voted on Facebook yet, make sure you vote on which color of these you want, which let's have a quick look, see how the voting is going. If you haven't voted yet, let's see. This is where we're at so far. Golden Berry is just the tiniest little bit ahead of Moroccan Bazaar and Lava Love Red. So 1 or 2 votes will make all the difference. So if you haven't voted yet, you can vote still. So vote, vote, vote if you haven't done so just yet. Now, where am I? Here we are. And there. Okay, so let's do some right angle weave. Where's my white thread? Here it is. Grab myself some thread. A meter is probably enough. Use a little extra if you want to be sure, because it's always better to have too much thread rather than not enough. So I've got myself some thread. Grab myself a nice little beading needle here. And again, I'm using my Spider-Lon thread. So I'll just thread straight through the eye of this needle, and we're ready to begin. So that's nice and easy. So with a 1 needle method, I mean, I could do it with 2 needles, but I'll just do it with 1. So essentially what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, which I'll show you. Do you know what? Let's give you guys some value for this. So the 2 needle method, you see, you would put 1 needle goes this way, 1 needle goes that way, and then you cross over. Then here again, 1 goes this way, 1 goes that way, and you just cross over through that one. And then you do it once more until you have 3. With 1 needle, what we're going to do is go around and back. Then we're going to go around and back. And then the 3rd time, around and back to sort of bring ourselves to the end. So that makes it kind of nice and easy to do. So, you know, the 2 needle method, if it's not your thing, you can do it with 1. So let's just go through these ones here, and then I'm going to go through all 3 of the first 3. So I've gone through 4, and now I'll go through the first 3 again. Let's get these little beads just a fraction out of the way, We'll zoom in, shall we? Oh, yeah, Betty. Good thing to mention. She says, yes, could you send pictures to the Bead Spider email address and hopefully it'll be showcased. I'm always looking for new ideas for candle holders. So, yeah, which I'll put it up on the screen really, really quickly. I'm hoping Andrew has got things ready so that we can show it. But if you want to be on the show, I'm going to do my live pictures So send us your pictures to live@beadspider.co.uk, and hopefully whatever you've been making or doing or cooking, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Hopefully I'll be getting it shown on today's little show at the end when I finished. So I'm going to just leave myself a little tail just here. Oh, do you know what? I'll put it into right hand view. I know you guys like it when it's in right hand view. So let's pretend I'm right handed for this one, just since it's a bit more of a common technique. So essentially what I've done is, do you know what? I want this to be even firmer. So I'm going to go through all these beads once more, because the more times you go through, the firmer it can become. So we'll go through here, pull that, and then that's going to create the first of our little right angle weave squares. So I've started at the bottom and I want to end at the opposite side. So there, and then up here. Ooh, don't pierce your thread. Get it nice and firm through here. And then, oops, pull that through here. And lastly, we'll just go through this last little bead just here. So there we go. This is creating the base of our little ring piece just here. So if you have a look, if we look on the inside, this is what we're creating, the base of our ring right now. Just this section here. The check glass is called Frosted Antique Luster, by the way. I think somebody just asked, but Jermaine mentioned it, so I thought I'd tell you. So now what we're going to do, because we want to make a second little box, we've got the bottom part of our little square, so we need to add the left side, the right side, and the top. So we'll pick up all 3 beads, and we'll go through this bead once more, and that will just lock that little square nicely onto the top. So if we... Why does it look so dark? Does it look a bit dark to you guys, or is it just me? Is it just my monitor? I can't quite tell. I've turned up the brightness a little bit more so that hopefully you can see it. And now I'm going to just go up the side and into the top little bead again. So there we go. Pull that through there. And now we have 2 little boxes. Now we'll go 1, 2, 3 more beads. And through this box once more. Make sure we've got everything super tight, super firm. There we go. And now that's going to be essentially the bottom of our base. So all we have to do is... oh, wait. I'll just pop that comment up. Crystal Richardson's just joined us. She said, I'm late, but I'm here. Hi, everyone. Hi, Crystal. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you could pop by. I appreciate you popping in. So now I'm going to just go up once more so that I'm at the end of this little piece once more. And that's kind of going to finish off our little base section. So we have our base made fully out of 4mm check glass, like so. And now what we're going to do is essentially, if I have to put it back into left-handed view for a second so that we can actually see what's going on. So what I'm going to do now is take my thread coming out. I'm coming out of the bottom here, and so what I'm going to do is pick up my 2mm bicone, a seed bead, and a 2mm bicone, and go diagonally across and into the next bead. Then I'm going to, because we're doing it with just 1 needle, I'm going to go back through that same seed bead again, but in the opposite direction, so that we create this little square on the top of our little piece. So I'll do that again and again until I have 3 little squares chilling out on the top of each of my my little pieces. Here we go. We also say, Christina, she says hi from Oklahoma. Thanks for joining us, Christina. I'm glad you could pop by. Don't forget to vote. If you're on Facebook, you can vote. There should be a poll there for you to choose. Which is your favorite colorway name suggestion, and then one lucky person will win. So like I said, what we're going to do is pick up a 2mm bicone, one seed bead, and a 2mm bicone. I like that the seed beads are quite bright because they're just going to give it a little punch, aren't they? Just sort of a little pop on the top. So just pop that down there. And now across, so we're coming out of this side here, we're going to go across and diagonally through this little bead here. And then as we pull that tight, it's going to just start decorating the top of this little box. So see that, how it's diagonal in one way? So now what we'll do, we'll pick up another 2mm bicone, we'll go through this little seed bead here. Come on now, through you go. Doesn't matter if it gets a little bit loose, it'll come tight in a second. There we go. If you need, you can always sort of pull on your little bicones to get them nice and firm. Through there. And there we go, that's sort of the start of our little box there. And now we pick up one last little bicone and we go through this bead just here. Oh, I just realized I went through the seed bead. Oh no, gone to it the right way. It's fine. So we go through there and now into this last little bead at the bottom. And as we pull that nice and tight, you'll see it creates this super cute little box sitting on the top of your work here. So it's really quick and simple and easy to do. And now to get myself around, either you can go around the base if you want to, or you can just jump through the top of your crystals once more. It makes it a little bit firmer. And then you'll be in position to do the next box. So we'll go across here now. So we're back through here. It's a good thing about using check glass for your base. They've got lovely big holes. So it's not anything you need to worry about, really. So there we go. Now that I'm coming out here, let's pick up a 2mm bicone, one of our seed beads, and a 2mm bicone. And we're going to jump across and diagonal to the next, oops, flipped it over, the next little end of our box here. So get my tail thread out of the way. And through this one, just like so. Get that nice and firm, nice and tight. People reminding me to have my tea, but I'm sure it's cold by now. It'd be just unpleasant, wouldn't it? So we'll go through this one, like so. Pull that nice and firm again. Pick up one more bicone. Get this little finding out of the way. Whoops, my thread got a bit caught there. And now we're going to just go through this little base piece again. And get it nice and firm. And hey presto, there's our next little box. See that? So now I'll show you this time. If you don't want to go through the top, just go through the edge. You can do that too. So just go up that little edge. And now we'll go through this little side piece here. And essentially that does exactly the same thing. Now we're in position to add our next little box. So I'll go one bicone, one seed bead, and one bicone. Color looks good, doesn't it? And now I'm going to go across from here and into this little bead here. And then as I pull that tight, I want to make sure it sits onto the top. My tail's kind of getting in the way a bit here, but that happens. And then just pop that up onto the top of our little bit of work. We're almost there. Pull that through. So obviously this is going to look much better if you don't use white thread. The white thread sticks out like a sore thumb. but it's all I had. It was going to be white or blue, and I definitely don't think the blue would look very good, would it? Maybe you'd see it easier, but look like, well, I won't say what it would have looked like. That's coarse language. I'll get defunded by YouTube. So there we go. And now last little bead, 2mm bicone, and across that last little bead there. Oops. And as we pull that tight, ta-da! Now we have the top of our ring. Ding-ding-ding-ding. So there you go. That's going to be the top of our little ring piece just there. And I don't know what Jermaine's on about. But anyway, there's my little top. This is my little base. You can see if I get the thread out the way. There's the base, there's the top. And now I'm going to start making the little strap piece. So if I just make sure my tension's nice and firm, I'll go along the outer edge again, just because it's easy. It's better for tension as well if your structure piece is quite firm. Go through here. And you know what? Just because they're together, maybe I'll even tie them together, make them nice and firm. Just give me the opportunity to tie it for whatever reason. Which I suppose I could have done to start my right angle weave as well to get it nice and firm, but I'll just do this just the once to get it pretty firm. There we go. And now there you go. There's the top of your little ring there. Oh, apparently people don't know how to vote. I don't either, if I'm honest. I don't know what I've got to do. Let's just see if I can show it up. Maybe if I... Wait. Can we vote now? Hopefully, I don't know how exactly what you've got to do. There should be a button. If you've already voted, I don't think you can vote twice, but maybe. So anyway. Here we go. Let's now make our little strap piece. So the strap, again, is very, very easy to make. So what we'll do is exactly the same as what I've done with this one, where essentially we've got to make little loop pieces, little by little, adding them in. Oh no, what have I done? Have I made my comments disappear? No? What have I done? Very confused. I don't know if I can show my comments now. They're going to work? Yes. I don't know. My comments are still working. Hello to Jediah, by the way, who's just popped in. Here we go. Apparently... Nancy says, I clicked just on my volume button on my iPad and the voting came up. I've no idea why. Just touch the screen or something. Maybe that's how it'll come up. I'm not quite sure. Here we go. There's a white circle in the bottom center with 3 lines on it. Click on that. I don't know. I'm not sure where the button is. I should have a look. But anyway. So yeah. I'm going to continue on now. So I'm going to add 8 little beads in a loop each time to sort of create this little sort of pattern. So each time I'm going to add 8 beads, 8 beads, 8 beads. So first thing we do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little Preciosa seed beads just here. And now I'm going to go through this same bead once more. Let's hope my knot doesn't get in the way. No, I'm not. There we go. And I'll go through the first 5. So essentially I'm doing like a little right angle weave, but with the seed beads kind of. So if we have a look like that, you can even go through them again to make it extra secure. The good thing is because the beads have lovely big holes, these 4mm check glass, you can go through them again and 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 again. No problems at all. Now through these 3 here. And now, because these are the 2 that we're crossing through, we'll just go through those as well. So we'll have 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and then 2, which will be our little right angle weavy bit. So there we go, pull that nice and tight, get a good firm tension, and then we go 1, 2, 3, which will be the 3 on the left, We need 1, 2 more to be on the top, and then 1, 2, 3, which will be on the other side, so 8 beads in total. And we're going to go, seeing as we're coming out of this side of the thread here, we'll go through these 2 beads again, because that's sort of the base of our little right angle weave. Pull that tight. That creates a nice little square. We can go through all those beads once more if we want to, just to make it nice and firm. Try not to stab oneself with the needle. It's always fun if you stab yourself. And also make sure you don't accidentally do whatever it is that I've done. Oh yeah, right. Through there. There we go. Don't... Oh, what have I done? What am I doing? There we go. So pull that through there. Through the next 2 here. Well, I'll just go through them all again. And then through here. Through those 2. Pull again. And now we'll go through these first 5 so that we've got our 3 on the edge. 1, 2, 3 on the edge. And then the 2 for our cross section, for our little right angle weave. If you prefer, you can do all of the sort of like going through it again at the end. It's always easier. It's always nice and easy to do it at the end. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads. Now, because with threads coming out on this side, we'll go around and through this way. Oh, have I got it in left-handed view again? No, I don't. Good. Wait. Yes, I do. Let's put it back into right-handed view. Just to save the confusion. There we go. There we go. Through there. And now, if you couldn't be bothered, you just want to do them all at the end. You go up the 3 on the side, and then just the 2 that you want to do. And then we'll pick up 8 more beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, you can do any size that you want. It doesn't have to be 8. You could do 6. You could do whatever it is. Sort of that is your sort of size preference for making the actual little loops like this. So now I'll go down these 3 here. Ooh, have I just got myself in a loop? Yes, I have. Don't get your thread caught. There we go. And through the next 2, because I can go back and fix all these in a minute. And now if we have a look at my other ring, it's not going to take long. So I've got the end, and then I've got 1, 2, 3 I've done so far. 1, 2, 3. So now I've just got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll join it. So 4 more. So I'll do it really quickly so you can see it finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go into express mode here. Beading super speed. And then we go through the first 5 so that we're back with 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and then the 2 in the center. Pick up 8 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Through these 2 beads here in the same direction. And then through this little edge. So, oops, stay in shot there. So through 4. And 1 more, that's 5. We're almost there now. Just keep going. 1. What time is it, by the way? 1:30 almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully Andrew's been doing people's photographs. I'm going to check that in a minute so I can show them all off, because it's been a while since we've been able to do that because we've been so busy with everything that's going on. But hopefully we'll be able to show everybody's pictures if Andrew's been doing them. I don't know how busy he's been while I've been streaming, but if he's had time, hopefully they'll be done. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not long now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Having a bit of a sing. It's always good fun. So through those 2 beads there. Warp speed, Captain Matthew, says Dorothy. Here we go. Apparently Andrew's going as fast as he can to get the pictures done, but whether or not he gets them finished in time, I don't know. We'll see. But he's also going warp speed, apparently. There we go. And now, how many have I gone through? 1, 2, 3, 4, through this 5th one. Just there. And now finally we're at the other end, so I'll show you now how to join the 2 sides together, get my tail thread out of the way. So essentially what I'm going to do is join this side to this by going 1, 2, 3 beads, and because we're on this side we want to come into this side of this piece because we don't want it to twist or anything, so we stay on the same side, and as we pull that nice and tight, we want to try and keep it nice and sort of square so it doesn't bend or anything, like that. And then we go 1, 2, 3 on this side. You just make it to whatever size is your size, essentially. And then through those final 2 little beads just here, go on through you get. There we go. And then as we pull that nice and tight, you'll find that you have... it's a little bit loose, but that's okay. So there you go. There is one finished little ring, which obviously it's still a bit loose now, but it means that we can go through and we can tighten these up, and then you've got this cute little finish. Obviously, use your thread that is going to be closer to your skin tone. You can even use little seed beads on the side as well if you want to hide your threads. You know, it's a simple little design to do, but essentially if you've got a lovely firm tension like I did on this one, you barely even see any of the threads, and it's sort of hiding and invisible, and it looks really, really good. This was done with 2 needles as well, so that's why it looks really firm. But there you go. There's your 2 little pieces. With my 1 needle now, though, I'm just going to weave through to firm things up a little, so I'll even firm up my base once more. I'll just go through it a bit. Oops, am I using the right thread here? Maybe not. Where am I? Where does this thread come from? Whoops. No. Take that one off. There we go. We almost made a mistake. So yeah, we can use this thread to tighten the base, the tail thread here, to tighten our little base of our ring. And then I'll just use this thread here to just continue going through and tighten our little strap piece, because if you've got a nice firm little ring strap bit, it looks really, really good, I think, personally. So we want to make sure our strap is looking lovely. Don't forget, everyone, if you've enjoyed both rings, so this was the first ring that I did earlier. If you missed that, you can always rewind and watch it. Down below, see where it says beadspider.co.uk. You can watch the video over again from our website. So go and sort of sign up to our newsletter if you want to, but otherwise, yeah, take a little look, and I'll just firm this up a little to make it look really, really nice. Get it a bit firmer. I mean, even if you want to, you don't need to do it that way, but you can also sort of go through and add a seed bead here, just to go all the way down the left side, all the way down the right side, just to get your... Do you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. It's not in my instructions, but it's fun. So I like experimenting. It's always good fun to just sort of try things out, see how they go. So let's pull nice and firm. And now each of these gaps, I'm going to just fill it with a seed bead. So that will maybe give us a really nice strap. It's always sort of fun to just sort of play with. Do whatever you want. It's your beading work, so whatever you like. You could even use a contrast color bead to do it if you want to. But yeah, you just go right down one edge, and that's going to make it look even more strappy looking, which is cool. It'll make it very strapping. Terrible joke. My apologies. But let's just get down this one edge here as well, just to see how it looks. What do you think? What do you think of this little strap idea? There's always ways you can experiment. Try it your own way. Do it differently. Prove it. Because if you like it, then it's even better. If you like it more, then it's a successful experiment. But you know, it's always learning. That's what we want to be doing. We always want to be learning and experimenting and playing and having fun with the beadwork. So there we go. So there we are. That's one strap. See, look, you can see it's giving it a really nice strap. So Doris says, is Spiderlon similar to Fireline? Not really. So Fireline is like a sort of like a plastic sort of material. I don't think it's made of nylon. It might be, but it's kind of like a type. It's almost like Fireline is almost like a fishing line kind of. It's like a very, very fine fishing line. If you were catching really small fish or something like that, that's what Fireline is. Where what I'm using here, Spiderlon, it's a thread. So it's a nylon thread rather than sort of like a plasticky feeling thing. This is like a waxed, bonded thread, essentially. So it's really, really firm. It's really, really strong. But also, because it's kind of rough, because it's a thread, it's like really nice for holding a nice firm tension. You can keep your tension really easily. Sort of helps with that. The positives of Fireline are if you're using crystals, it's a little bit more resistant to their sharp edges, so that you don't have to worry about your thread getting cut. Where Spiderlon, it is very, very strong, but of course, like as a thread, it can be worn down by like a sharp edge, of course. But you know, it takes quite a sharp edge. Yeah, it's there we go. Whoops, one more bead down there. They are quite different. It's kind of like a Spiderlon is closer to like S-lon and C-lon, but it's bonded to make it significantly better quality. It's like a much higher quality version of C-lon and S-lon. And because it's bonded and it's only a single monofilament, it doesn't fray. So it's a really good quality material. So here we go. I've almost finished this little strap now. And I think adding these beads down the edge is a nice little touch just to enhance it just that little bit. So let's just do this last little gap in here. Come on now, through there. Come on, get in. There we go. And then just pull that. And there you go. So now my strap is a lot more firm. It's a lot firmer from doing that, actually, which is good. And you can see I've got a really nice little ring strap. Fits me perfectly. There you go. Now I can go off and party and have good fun. I mean, you can even, if you wanted to, join the little beads at the sides as well. Let's try it, shall we? Let's see how it looks. Add a bead in there. Maybe let's see if 2 fits in here. Yeah, what do we think? Yeah, 2 looks like it'll fit in there. Let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. Let's play. Let's experiment. This could look bad, but let's hope not. Through there. Yeah, there you go. That's kind of fun, isn't it? It's sort of bringing out more of the gold colour. Maybe I'll go down the other side as well. So I'll do like a little right angle weave here. So I'll go through just the 3. There we go. Playing, I'm changing, I'm adapting the design. That's what I like doing. It's always good fun to sort of adapt and change things and make it your own. I mean, even though the pattern is my own already, I'm always looking to try new things and do other things. So here we go. Let's go through there. Come on, in the gap. There we go. Let's get 2 more in here. Two more in here. And 1 more. I'm just giving Andrew time to get everybody's pictures sorted. Do I need to do one here? Yes. No. Yes. Yes, I do. So we'll just go down there. And then that'll do me, I think. There you go. Look at that. And then that sort of just brings it together as well. That's just a nice little addition to it. You know, there's so much more you can sort of play with. Just keep changing it. Look how firm that is now. Looks lovely for my big fat finger. But there you go. There's a nice, simple little design. And I've changed it myself, added some extra beads, made it look lovely. Here's the original one, which I don't know. Which one do you like better? Do you prefer it without those extra seed beads? Do you like it with the more loopy edges? Do you prefer it straighter? It makes no difference. It's entirely up to you. However you like to do your little designs, do it that way. That's the way you can do it. But I've shown you how you can do it either. So there you go. They're quite similar. But there we go. So I'll put one on there. There we are. This is a little bit more loopy, I guess. So it's kind of a bit softer on my finger. And then this one, because it's quite firm, it's quite tight. It's quite nice. So there you go. What do you think about that? There we go. So I sort of took my simple basic little ring and I sort of just enhanced it, made it a little bit more advanced. It's a bit of fun. But yeah, don't forget you can go and get your free patterns for using candy beads. So I know a lot of you haven't used candy beads before. Go and get the free patterns. There you go. These are the ones I've just been made at the beginning. This little sort of ring design here, which this one's quite of a big statement ring. Ignore that little silver strappy bit. Yeah, what do we think? There you go. 2 different little ring designs in one tutorial, which I thought was quite fun. So let's take a little look and see what pictures people have been sending in, shall we? I'll see if Andrew's got any ready just yet, and let's take a look at some of the comments and all sorts of things. Where is the link to the patterns, Matt? Says Jermaine. It should be the link in the description. I would have thought, but I'll show you on the website just to be safe anyway. So if you head to the Bead Spider website, which if you have a look in the bottom corner, you can see it's here, just here somewhere. There we go. www.beadspider.co.uk. Do the link there. It will take you to this page here, which is our homepage for today. So like I said, if you missed Wednesday's tutorial, let's hide this out of the way. If you missed Wednesday's tutorial, see where it says 4 ways to make daisy chain jewelry up there in the top corner. Click on that and you can watch our daisy chain tutorial. There it is. You just click play and it'll start playing. See, just there. Click on that. Otherwise, back to the homepage. If you want to check out today's beaded ring tutorial, you can click the big picture and that will take you to where you can watch this video again later. Otherwise, see at the bottom in purple where it says view all related products, the big purple button, the darker purple. Click on that and it will take you to 12 free patterns download, which it might, if you click on the link, it might look like this. So it may have the threads first, it may have the patterns first. If it's got the threads first, just scroll down. You'll see lots of lovely patterns here, loads of lovely candy beads. There's some, the floral ones, these goldy ones are probably my favorite. They look amazing. I showed you these ones as well. But yeah, just come a bit further down, There's that gold one I used in the ring, and then there's the labradorite one I used in the other ring. There's also these rainbowy ones, I like them. But yeah, here, 12 free patterns, download. Just click add to basket and it's all yours. Completely free. Jermaine looks like she's added the frosted antique lustre check glass in there. We've got more candy beads in here. We got some of the twins as well. Just keep coming down. The findings are here. The bangle with the shower. That one is really cool. You can get that one. The sieve rings are here. That filigree piece, which this isn't the right one, actually, I don't think. And I didn't even show it, did I? Oh my goodness, what am I doing? This is the wrong one. So hopefully Jermaine will swap that one for the correct one. But anyway, there's the brooch backs, the ring back. But let me show you what this is. I almost completely forgot how to show you it. So if I come back to the table here, so I've got this little piece just here. These are these little filigree, flowery looking things. how nice, just ignore the strap, how nice does that look? That looks really spectacular, I think, personally. Ignore this little gold strap bit. But hey, otherwise, you don't even have to ignore the strap bit. You could turn that into the little loop of your pendant, if you wanted. And you just attach it like that. And then you've got this fantastic looking pendant or brooch or whatever it is that you want to do, which they look really, really nice, these filigree pieces. I'm sure they'll be in that product category within the next few minutes. If you want to see it with the darker version, the one I made in the tutorial, there it is there as well, but I think I really like it with the white. But yeah, so again, this little filigree piece, hopefully that'll be in the product category within the next 10 minutes or so. Hopefully you will, be able to get that one, because this is going to turn it from something really nice into something showstopper spectacular. Doesn't that look really effective right there? That's nice. But which one do you like better, the blue or the white with it? That little labradorite though, that piece in the middle, isn't that spectacular? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, so hopefully you've sort of learnt and enjoyed all of that. You could just stitch this on if you wanted to. But of course, if you've missed it, rewind back and watch the tutorial from the beginning to learn how to make this little fella. But yeah, so let's see if we've got pictures that people have sent in. Here we go. Where are we? This is the one. Let's see if I can see them yet. Hopefully they're all here. Oh, Francis likes the white version on there instead over the blue. I think I might like the white one too. But yeah, that filigree piece is lovely. I'm looking for the pictures. Hopefully there's some in there. I've got... How many have I got? Come on now. Oh, I don't know. It's appears to have misbehaved. The computer looks like it's having a bit of a hernia. I don't know if it's going to behave now. Ooh, let's hope this doesn't happen. Come on now. Oh no, it seems like it's stuck. So I might not be able to do anything about that. Hopefully it'll solve itself, but it seems to have had a bit of a hernia, a glitch, and now the thing's stuck a bit. Let's see if I can pop my face on. It's gonna pop over. Come on now. No. Oh well. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show these pictures because it's gone funny. No. It's a bit of a glitch. Glitch in the program. Oh well. I guess I'll have to make sure I put them in for next time. Come on now. Come on, program. You can do it. I've got faith in you. I believe in you. No, my computer program seems like it's frozen a bit, so I'm hoping this is still streaming. I can see it's still going out to everybody, but it doesn't seem to want to let me do anything. So we're going to have a look at this little filigree piece. But yeah, I hope you've all had a lovely time enjoying the tutorial today. I don't know why, but the program's unresponsive now, so I can't actually change it so you can see my face. I've just got to leave it as it is and hope that I can fix it a bit later. Nope, it doesn't want to happen. But yeah, no. Otherwise, I'd have to restart the program, I think. So we'll just leave it there for today, I think. I will make sure that they're in there so that I can show them at the beginning of the next, or I show them in the next video. I'll preload them because sometimes this does seem to happen, that it just decides that it doesn't want to be my friend anymore. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this super cute little piece just here, and I hope you enjoyed making the little the blue one there, but also the two different variations on the ring. So don't forget, if you do want to get those free patterns, you are very able to get them whenever you want. They're right there waiting for you to sort of go and get the candy bead patterns. Like for example, I think I've got one here. There's like a really nice simple bracelet which uses the sort of the flower shaped ones and some twins. See that one just there? there's just a really nice, simple little design that you can make as part of the thing. Oh yeah, what's the name of the winner? You're right. That's what I can look at. I can look at who won. So let's have a look. It's quite close. It's very, very close. So let's pause the poll, and I'm going to show the results in the video. It's only going to show it for some reason in Facebook. It's not going to show it in YouTube. So the winner of our competition, which drum roll time, I guess you can probably already see it. It's Golden Berry. Golden Berry was the winner. We had Lava Love Red in second. Moroccan Bazaar came third. And last, which was potentially my favorite, was the Cinnamon Spice. So it looks like Golden Berry is the winner, which Golden Berry was by Nancy Person. I know I saw her name somewhere. So congratulations to Nancy. You've won the competition. So you'll be getting one of our free pattern. You'll get a free kit of your color choosing. So I guess we will contact you with our page, our Facebook page, to you, Nancy, or maybe we'll. Ah, yeah, I see. She's here. She's even ready and joining in. She says, "I always enjoy your tutorials." Well, you'll enjoy it even more. Nancy is the winner. She's the one who suggested the Golden Berry. So congratulations, Nancy. You're the winner. But yes, and then Sandy. Yes, Sandy was one of our runner-ups. Her one was the Lava Love Red, a close second, but unfortunately for you, Nancy's was the winner. So congratulations to Nancy, who just says, "That's me, yay!" So yeah, congratulations, Nancy. I hope you've all had a lovely bit of time doing some jewelry making today. I don't know why, but the program's a bit stuck. So thankfully it's still transferring the data to you and I can still talk to you, but I can't change any of the buttons or anything. So, you know, whatever. I'll just have to live as it is. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've had a lovely bit of time. I will just show you very quickly a very sneak little peek. For those of you who are still around, I'm going to be doing something fun with this next week. That's what's on the agenda. So if all goes to plan, this little fella here, especially because Easter is coming, is going to be getting a little workover, a bit of a reworking to look fantastic. So make sure you're back next week. I'm going to be doing something with this little fella here. So that's going to be part of next week's tutorial. I hope you've all had a lovely time. I see a lot of you are still here. So Sandy, she says, have a lovely weekend. You too, Sandy. Thank you again for joining us. Monica, she also says thank you. Martine is still here. She says thanks as well. And wishing me a happy weekend. Happy weekend to all of you as well. And then last, we've got Betty. She says, another great tutorial. Well, thank you very, very much to all of you who managed to watch. I hope you've had as much fun today as I have. But I guess it's a shame that the photos, after all that, the program has decided to die. Oh, and I've got one other, which is a name I don't think looks too familiar. I don't know if you're new or not, but Amelia, she says thank you for the tutorial as well. I thought I'd pop you up just because I don't recognize your name. So again, thank you for joining. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those things. If you're part of a bead group, share it on there as well. That's always a nice thing to do. I hope you have a lovely weekend, everyone. Thank you very, very much for joining me, and I will see you all next week for a bit of fun with our little wooden egg fellow. Thanks very much, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Ooh, see if I can turn it off now. There we go.